Hello and thanks for joining us. Tonight we know the name of a Putnam County 7-year-old who drowned after wandering from his home last week. Sheriff Howard Sills says Xander Whitehurst was autistic and nonverbal and was found less than a half-mile away from his family's home. He later died at a hospital. Olivia Dunn talked with Sheriff Sills about what happened and how they found the child.
Sills says bystanders pulled 7-year-old Xander Whitehurst out of the water behind me on Tuesday. He says all this started less than a half-mile away, where the boy was staying with family.
It's a terrible thing when something like this happens. Our sympathies go out to the families.
Sheriff Sills says the first call came around 1:30 Tuesday afternoon. Whitehurst's great-grandfather says the boy wandered from his home in an Eatonton neighborhood near Lake Oconee.
We began to look for him. Well, a postal carrier that worked that neighborhood delivering the mail spotted a body in the water.
Sills said a postal worker saw a child floating in the lake near this area on Shelby Drive, less than a half-mile from Xander's home. He says she pulled him from the water and called out for help. That's when a nearby landscaper heard her and called 911. EMS took Xander to the hospital, where he died around 3:30 that afternoon.
This happened in a very quick period of time and a very short distance away, and that is unfortunately not that uncommon.
Back in November, a similar tragedy in Baldwin County when Jeffrey Epps, a teenager with autism, drowned in a pond after wandering from his home.
It can happen in the blink of an eye.
We spoke to Katrina Perkle last week. Perkle is the CEO of the ARC Macon, which provides services and advocacy to people with disabilities. She says everyone on the spectrum is different, but many find sensory comfort in water. But this can also lead to tragedy.
The feeling of that pressure of water, it does bring some comfort, but then there is a lack of sense of danger. And so without having that sense of danger, it makes the whole thing even more dangerous.
And Sills says there is no sign of foul play and they are no longer investigating. Reporting in Putnam County, Olivia Dunn, 13 WMAZ News.
The drowning in Putnam County comes just days after we told you about House Bill 465 that would expand the state's emergency alert system to include people with autism who go missing. Advocates say that bill could change lives by changing how authorities search.
Make that response quicker so we have a greater chance of finding them alive and safe would mean the world to every parent who has an autistic kid.
The bill would share behavioral information and urge police to check water first. Both Xander Whitehurst and Jeffrey Epps drowned after wandering from their homes. The bill passed the Georgia House last March. Since it is year 2 of the legislative cycle, that bill is still alive and is now waiting on a vote in the state Senate.